very tickled. Take a look at this. Next exit is Tuna, Texas. Population 850. It's the third smallest town in all of Texas. And it says right here in this magazine, it's one of the best places to visit. And a play was written about it called Greater Tuna. And in 1985, it was played more than any other play in the United States. It was even performed for President and Mrs. Bush in the White House.
Well, Hazel, if it's good enough for George H. Bush, it's good enough for me. Let's just take that exit and see what kind of adventure we might find. Maybe we'll meet some eccentric, fun-loving folks that we can write home about.
We will.
We will, we will, we will.
Greater Tuna by Ed Howard.
Good morning, Tuna. This is Thurston Willis at radio station OKKK in Tuna, Texas.
And this is Arlay Struve.
And this is the Willis
Struve.
Report.
And here we go with the news. Take it away, Thurston.
Well, folks, in the news today, we've got the winner of the Tuna Junior High American Heritage Essay Contest for this year. And this year's winner is Connie Karp. She's the daughter of W.H. and Vera Karp here in Tuna. And the name of her essay was titled, Human Rights, Why Bother? Second place went to Jimbo Beaumont for Living with Radiation. And third prize went to Levita Posey for her essay titled, The Other Side of Bigotry. I tell you all this, with subjects like that, I don't know how they picked a winner.
Well, I don't either. I tell you, it should make the citizens of Tuna proud to know that we're still producing well-educated students that know what America is all about.
They do.
Oh, they do, they do.
They do. I always thought they did a fine job.
Thank you, Ronnie. Oh, this just in. Excuse me, Thurston.
Go right ahead.
Oh, I have bad news for Greater Tuna area. Former county judge Roscoe Buckner died at his home yesterday. He had suffered a severe stroke. Buckner, who was judge in the Greater Tuna area for 47 years and who hung more people than any other judge in the county, had a history of heart trouble. Now, the body will lie in state at Hubert Funeral Home starting at 12 today. But if you come before 12, you're just going to have to wait because the judge won't be ready till 12.
But I tell you, folks, that's some bad news.
It is.
It is.
It is. It is. Now, on the art scene, the on-again, off-again production for the Tuna Little Theater My Fair Lady production, auditions are on again. Now, they've been called off due to budget problems, but Joe Bob Lipsy, who's the director of the show this year, and who is a recent graduate of Southwest Texas Eastern A&I State University, said he found a way to go ahead with the production by using the costumes and the sets from last year's production of My Fair Lady of South Pacific. Yeah.
Well,
according to Joe Bob, this is going to be the first production ever of My Fair Lady set in Polynesia.
Well, honest, you never know. Something like that just liable to put us on the map.
On it, on it.
On it. They'll find us.
Well, so Joe Bob says Get on your Hawaiian shirts and your grass skirts and your coconuts and get on out there to that Coweta Baptist Church and 8:30 Thursday night and audition for My Fair Lady set in Polynesia.
That's right. Come on out.
Oh, come on out.
Come on out. You never know. You just might get a part.
Oh, you might, you might. Well, Thurston, you got that farm report?
Well, folks, it's going to be an incomplete farm report because not everything is in just yet. But I got beef up, pork down, chickens vacillating, and I don't know that much about sow bellies, but I do know it's time for a word from Petey Fierce.
This is Pete Fierce speaking to you for the Greater Tuna Humane Society. And I would like to ask each of you to take a minute to think about ducks. It's tough being a duck. Cartoons portray ducks as genetic mutants with speech impediments. The very word duck, when used as a verb, means to rapidly lower body position to avoid injury. So when you say duck to somebody, they don't know whether you're talking about a bird or an accident. And the Chinese eat their feet. Now, you may not know it, but we have a duck crisis situation right here in Tuna. Ever since the government flooded Buckner Basin, the wild ducks have got no nesting grounds left. We're up to our necks in homeless ducks. To remedy this situation, the Humane Society has published a pamphlet, Duck Trapping Without Trauma. And we're sending copies to every home in the Tuna area. Now you bring the trapped ducks to me, Petey Fierce, and I will personally relocate them in unflooded areas. This is Petey Fierce speaking to you for the Greater Tuna Humane Society.
Thank you, Petey. And now we have Mrs. Boomina from the censorship of the textbooks committee. Before we get to the books, Mrs. Boomina, could you tell me what in your background do you feel qualifies you to censor library books?
Well, I'm currently president of the Ladies for a Better Tuna. I'm den mother of Den 225. I'm the only high C soprano in the First Baptist Choir, and I'm currently a recorder of the Javelina Club, the Women's Auxiliary of the Wild Hugs, which is kind of a break-off from the Lions Club.
Now exactly what are the books you think should be removed from the shelves?
Well, there's 4 of them we want removed nationwide, and then we'll go from there. The first is Roots. Now, I don't deny that it was a very popular TV series, but we feel it only shows one side of the slavery issue.
Go on.
Bury my heart at Wounded Knee. Well, in the first place, that's the most disgusting title ever. And it vilifies a great American, General Custer. And it encourages the reader to believe the United States government can't be trusted in making treaties.
What's next?
Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. Now that book shows a pre-teenage boy avoiding his chores, running away from home, cohorting with a convict, and putting on women's clothes.
Go on.
Romeo and Juliet.
What, pray tell, is wrong with Romeo and Juliet?
Well, it just shows sex among teenagers, that's all. And we are not approving of that, and we're not going to encourage it. And besides, it shows a rampant disrespect for parental authority.
You are aware that William Shakespeare wrote that play?
Oh, yes, we are, and we're looking into all his other stuff. He wrote Barefoot in the Park, didn't he?
Thank you, Mrs. Boomiller. I think we got one heck of a story here, but now we are gonna go out there in the field with Harold Dean Latimer for the weather report. Well, Harold, what's it gonna be?
Well, it's going to be a little bit of everything. We're expecting a lot of rain from the east, and the west, and the north, and a little bit from the south. But by mid-morning, it will have cleared off. And by noon, it should be unbearably hot and humid. We're expecting about 100, 101. Now for the afternoon, we got some possible dust storms from out in West Texas. They could be severe. They say the sky could go completely black around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now we also have this swarm of locusts that are heading our way from Louisiana. But we figure the dust will kill a lot of them, and the rest will probably get blown away or drown in this tropical storm that's heading our way from the coast. And that'll be Tropical Storm Luther. And that storm's going to hit here about 10 o'clock. It'll bring a lot of rain with it. It's going to be wet and cloudy and miserable. And it's going to rain for several days. So get out those raincoats.
Get them out, get them out.
You know, Harold Dean has to get up about 4:30 to give these weather reports. Sometimes we'll see him standing out there in the field, and God only knows what kind of weather.
Hell, I've seen him up to his neck in snow before.
Remember that time he spotted that water spout over Boomiller's pond?
Oh, picked him up and dropped him right into Dewey County.
And he still got that report in on time.
He did?
He did.
He did, he did.
Damn sure he did.
Oh, this just in. A UFO, that is an unidentified flying object, has been spotted by R.R. Snavely over Lake Mobete. R.R. says it looks like a giant hovering chalupa without the guacamole. Well, that's what it says.
It does.
It does, it does. And from our world news desk, peace talks fail, attack is imminent. Well, that's all the news we got for you, but stay tuned, because we got Petey Fisk back again.
And this is Peter Fisk again, speaking to you for the Greater Tuna Humane Society.
Yip, yip, yip.
I'm here to introduce this week's Pet of the Week.
Yip, yip, yip.
His name is Yippee-Yi-Yay.
Yip, yip, yip.
But we just call him Yippee.
Yip, yip, yip.
That's why.
Yip, 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 yip.
This is Yippie's 5th appearance as part of the week, and this charming little part rat terrier, part chihuahua, will make a lovely pet for someone. We're sure.
Yip, 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 yip.
Stop it.
Yip, 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 yip.
His only real drawback is his tendency to hyperactive behavior. Stop it. As you can understand, we here at the Humane Society quite often have trouble giving away small, shrill animals, but we still have hope for Yippee. We know that there must be some deaf person out there who would love to have a dog and who would make the perfect owner for Yippee. Now, if there's any deaf person out there listening who wants this dog, please call me, Petey Fisk, at 477-7777. Call anytime, day or night. Please call. If you're out of town, call collect. I gotta get rid of this dog. This is Petey Fisk from the Greater Tuna Humane Society.
Well, folks, I'm sorry to tell you, we've lost the news.
We have.
We have. Oh, I give up, Coach. Take me out. I can't find the news. We're just going to say goodnight to y'all.
Good night.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Till then, remember our motto here at radio, OKKK. If you can find someplace you like better than Tuna,
Move!
move!